Hi everybody, this is Prospect Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Prospect Hut, and hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe. We're going to talk about in this video the top farm systems in baseball. I'm going to do 1 through 30. This is according to MLB.com. I have plenty of stuff on the Prospect channel when it comes to the Mets, and we'll let you know, and I'll let you know who they picked as number one and where our New York Mets are on this list of farm teams. The Mets have built a very strong farm system over the last, 6 years since Steve Cohen has bought the team. And, of course, Mets have a strong farm system. They got the number one pitching prospect in the game in Nolan McLean, and have some very big prospects coming up like Carson Bench and possibly A.J. Ewing. Here's from MLB.com. They posted this article a few weeks ago. There's a new number one in farm system rankings. Now, we'll skip the preamble, which sets up the article. But we're going to get into this. Who's number one? Well, it's funny you should ask. Number one on this list is the Milwaukee Brewers. Last year they were fourth. Last time they checked. Top 100 prospects is Jesus Made. Luis Pena is number 2 on the list. Jeb Williams, former Met. Cooper Pratt, and Brandon Sproat. Brewers were already trending up with the full season debuts of Made and Pena, and the formers pushed into the upper echelon of the game's best young talent. Jesus Made is number 3 overall. Then the organization had 2 top 100 prospects in Williams and Sproat as part of this offseason's Freddie Peralta deal, giving it 2 upper-level players that could contribute quickly in Milwaukee. And that about sealed the crew's place at number 1, and it has elite talent. The pipeline has depth, aided by nice breakouts from Marco Dingus and Josh Adamczewski in 2025. It's well balanced with all positions represented in the top 30. Entering 2026, it's the top farm system in baseball right now. Number 2, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Their top 5 prospects are, Jesus De Paula, Zahir Hope, Eduardo Quintaro, Mike Sirota, and of course Emil Morales. Dodgers have won 3 of the last 6 World Series and made 13 consecutive playoff appearances, including 12 National League West titles. They also excel at acquiring and developing prospects, with industry executives rating them as doing the best job of developing both hitters and pitchers, rating them second best at gathering talent via the international market and trades. No system features better outfielders, and while Los Angeles is a fairly hitter-heavy top 30, River Ryan and Jackson Ferris could contribute to the big league pitching staff this year. At number 3, the Pittsburgh Pirates. And they have the number 1 prospect in baseball. That's Connor Griffin, Bubba Chandler, Seth Hernandez, Edward Florentino, and Hunter Barco. Sure, Connor Griffin has generated all sorts of buzz and for good reason, but there's a lot more here. There's just number 1 prospect in all baseball. For starters, the Pirates also boast the best pitching prospect duo in Bubba Chandler and Seth Hernandez. Beyond the 5 in the top 100, 3 of whom could help the Pirates turn things around in the big leagues this year. Talent is amassed at every level and at pretty much every position. The Pirates are going to be a much more competitive team this year. It'll be interesting to see where they rank in terms of their offense, because the pitching I think is going to be there, specifically the starting pitching. That's an unknown. Next up, number 4 is the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are basically rebuilt. Here's their top prospects. Number 5 overall is J.J. Weatherholt, Liam Doyle, Raniel Rodriguez, Joshua Baez, Geronjo Chitilti, and Leonardo Bernal. The Cardinals have 2 recent top 7 overall draft picks, and Weatherholt and Doyle. And 2 2025 breakout prospects, Rodriguez and Baez. Former switch pitcher who could take off now that he's fully righty, Sigilto. Can't say his name. And a minor league gold glove, I have to hear it. Catcher and Bernal. And that's just the top 100 group. As part of its rebuild, St. Louis has gone into talent acquisition mode on the farm, bringing in the likes of Chile, Brandon Clark, Yohiko Fajardo, and Ty Pete this offseason at Baltimore already signed system. Turning this into the Cardinals' next homegrown contender is the next step. The Cardinals aren't going to take long to rebuild, and of course, the Mets played the Cardinals on Tuesday, and they mentioned during the broadcast that the fans are very disenchanted there. They were 19th or 17th overall in attendance, which is that's not Cardinals baseball, so they're not happy. Number 5 on this list, the Detroit Tigers. We have Kevin McGonigal, the number 2 overall pick, best prospect, he's got a great name. Max Clark, number 10, Bryce Rainier, and Jaso Brisno. All right, I'm all right. This is a top-heavy system, sure, and is also almost exclusively focused on the bats. But if you've seen the bats, McGonigal is arguably the best hitting prospect this decade and has the look of a future batting title winner. Clark is a 5-tool star in the making. Rainier, the 2024 11th overall pick, looked really promising before a shoulder injury ended his full season early last June. Briseno is a left-handed masher with an Arizona Fall League Triple Crown on his resume. Max Hernandez, Hao-Yu Lee, and Trayvon Lorenzo could all factor into future Motor City lineups, and Chris Rodriguez could crack future top 100s, and his plus raw power translates stateside. Number 6, the Cleveland Guardians. The former number 1 pick, Travis Bazana, 2024, Chase De La Torre, Angel Ganeo, Ralphie Velasquez, Parker Messick, and Cooper Engel. The Guardians have won 3 of the past 4 American League Central titles while leaning heavily on their farm system. They still have more talent coming. Their total of 6 top 100 prospects match the Cardinals and Mariners for the most in the game. And Bazana, De La Torre, Messick, and Engel all could help in Cleveland this season. All 4 of them and 8 of the Guardians' 10 best prospects arrived via the top 4 rounds of the last 4 drafts. Now finally, at least not finally, but now finally the New York Mets, number 7 overall. Last year they were 12th. Before that they were 13th, so they've risen. And this is after trading Jet Williams and Brent Sproat. Top 100 prospects, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. At number 6, Nolan McLean. Number 16, Carson Bench. That's a jump from last time. John Tong, number 48. And A.J. Ewing at number 97. Mets have arguably the best pitching development group in baseball, and they also have top pitching prospects to show for it. Tong, Jack Winninger, Jonathan Santucci, Will Watson are also upper-level arms with strong results and the stuff to match. And that helped make Brandon Sproat movable this offseason and the Freddie Peralta blockbuster. There's a nice mix of hitters closing in on the majors in Carson Bench, Ryan Clifford, and Jacob Reimer, and those just getting going. Mitch Voigt, Elian Pena, and Wandy Azagan outside the top 100 group. It's that layering of talent that can make the Mets jump into the top 10 sustainable beyond these last 2 farm system rankings. And now number 8, the Seattle Mariners. Top 100 prospects are Colt Emerson, Kate Anderson, Ryan Sloan, Lazaro Montes, Michael Arroyo, and Johnny Fromelo. Even with the trades that sent Harry Ford to the Nationals and Durango Chilty to the Cardinals, the Mariners have 6 top 100 guys, tied for the most in baseball. There have been different waves in the organization, with pitching back when Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, it all came up. Then with hitters like Cole Young and current number 1 prospect Colt Emerson. And now there are more arms coming behind that, with both Cade Anderson and Ryan Sloan potentially moving up quickly to help Seattle. Number 9, the Minnesota Twins. Before this ranking, they were 2nd in midseason. So they've dropped a little bit. Top 100 prospects, Walker Jenkins, Colleen Culpepper, Eduardo Tate, and Emmanuel Rodriguez. Twins were in sell mode last trade deadline and have restocked the system in a bit, with 5 new members of the top 30 coming from recent trades. Eduardo Tate is the headliner as the top 100 guy from that list, but Kenji Rojas and Henry Menendez are 2 more from the top half who give this system more depth. If Walker Jenkins and Emmanuel Rodriguez can finally stay healthy for a spell, both should hit their way to the big leagues and help them Twins start to turn things around the AL Central. And that's not a great division. They should be able to bounce back pretty quick. Number 10, the Tampa Bay Rays. Carson Williams, Theo Gillen, and Brody Hopkins. The Rays always pride themselves on having one of the deepest farm systems in baseball when it seemed like its prospect talent level was about to take a hit after a down 2025. The organization addressed it by acquiring 6 top 30 prospects off-season trades and added a pair more at the start of the international signing window. Among them, Jacob Melton, who could land an opening day spot in the majors, Anderson Brito has some of the sharpest stuff in the system, and Michael Ferret has one of its deepest arsenals. Tampa Bay has multiple options that could join its current big three in the top 100 quickly in 26. Number 11, the Miami Marlins. They have Thomas White, Robert Snelling, Owen Casey, Ava Arquette, and Joe Mack. The team has 5 higher-ranked players in the top 100 than the Marlins, whose assemblage is headlined by the best combination of lefty pitching prospects in White and Snelling. White's number 17 overall. Miami has as many hitters as on its top 30 as any club. Interesting proposition for a franchise that has struggled to develop bats. Of course, of those 21 position players, 13 have been acquired since the start of 2025, including Casey and number 7 overall pick, Arquette. Now, we mentioned about the pitching. A lot of his pitching was brought in by Kim Nang. It can't be forgotten. She's drafted a lot of pitchers. Number 12, the Cincinnati Reds. Saul Stewart, Alfredo Duno, Steele Hall, and Rhett Lauder. Baltimore Orioles have Samuel Basallo, Dylan Beavers, and Nate George. With their ascension to playoff contention status, the system thinned out with graduation. Some of those guys are still establishing themselves as part of the young lineup core in Baltimore and trades. But there are still some fun hitters at the top of the list, with newcomer Nate George ready to take the banner as top batsman once Samuel Basallo and Dylan Beavers graduate. In the past, there haven't been too many pitchers making their way up. But that's starting to change with 2 in the top 5. Luis De Leon and Trey Gibson, and a total of 10 arms in the top 20. This has been the one thing about the Orioles is they can bring in a lineup that can be an everyday lineup in the major leagues, but they have struggled to develop pitching. Major problem. The Boston Red Sox, number 14. Skip over the discussions with Peyton Toyle, Franklin Arias, Conley Early, and Kyson Witherspoon. Number 15 on this list, the Toronto Blue Jays. And, of course, their best prospect is Trey Savage, who pitched great in the World Series. These players that pitch in the World Series should get taken off the list. I know they don't pitch a lot, but, especially during the regular season. But if they're pitching in the World Series, they shouldn't be on the list. And, of course, he's a right-handed pitcher, JoJo Parker, Arjun Namala. I think that's fair. Number 16. Why the White Sox are 16th on this list is disgusting. They should be much higher on this. If you're going to tank, you should do a better job of drafting and signing players. Braden Montgomery, Noah Schultz, Caleb Bonemer, Hagen Smith, and Billy Carson. After throwing 3 top 100 prospects, Montgomery, Teal, and Aquaro to Ray Field in 2025, the White Sox could do so again this year with Brady Montgomery, Schultz, and Smith. They have shortstops coming behind them, including single-A Carolina League MVP Caleb Bonemer and future Gold Glover Billy Carson, not to mention whomever they select with number overall pick in a shortstop-heavy draft. Many of their best prospects play for their area cold games team in high school. Schultz, Bonemer, outfielder Jason Fosuke, and George Wolkoff. Left-handers Christian Oper and Blake Larson. They should be much higher on this list. Not good. Number 17, the Washington Nationals. Eli Willits, Travis Sikora, Harry Ford, Jarlin Susana. Number 18, the Athletics. Leo DeVries, Jamie Arnold, and Gage Jump. And DeVries is number 4 overall on the list. San Francisco Giants. Bryce Eldridge and Josur Gonzalez. They got 2 players, it said. Philadelphia Phillies are ranked 20th overall. Aiden Miller, Andrew Painter, who's been on this list forever. Justin Crawford. I mean, he's been on that list forever, Painter. Number 21, the Kansas City Royals. They got two players, Carter Jensen and Blake Mitchell. What a strange organization. Arizona Diamondbacks, they're 22nd, and they dropped from midseason to this, and they're equal. They were 22nd last year at this time. They have Ryan Waldschmidt, an outfielder, number 59 overall. Number 23, Chicago Cubs. Moises Ballesteros and Jackson Wiggins. Number 24. Should I do the Braves? The scum-sucking Braves? All right, we'll do it for this instance. Cam Hamanity, J.R. Ritchie. Next up at number 25, the Texas Rangers. They have Sebastian Walcott, number 7 overall. And number 26, and a shocker, the New York Yankees. George Lombard, Carlos Lagrange, Omar Rodriguez, and Dax Kilby. Good news, the Yankees have a strong quartet of top 100 prospects with potential 20-25 shortstop Lombard. He's probably going to be playing every day for the Yankees. If not him, it would be Kilby. Nearly ready righties Lagrange and Rodriguez, and precocious Kilby, a supplemental first-rounder last July. The bad news, beyond that group, righty Ben Hess and outfielder Spencer Jones, the depth falls off dramatically. Result of New York trade and industry-high players who appeared on top 30 since the start of 2025. The Yankees also ranked first with 21 pitchers on their current top 31. Wow. They're not in good shape, long term. At number 27, the Colorado Rockies. Their best prospect is Ethan Holiday and Charlie Condon. Charlie Condon is one of the big players in college, and Ethan Holiday obviously is the son of Matt Holiday and Jackson, and the brother Jackson Holiday. So they are named players. But beyond that, next up at number 28, no surprise here, the Los Angeles Angels. They have Tyler Bremner. They never give their kids a chance to develop in the minor leagues. Number 29, the Houston Astros. They have no top prospects. That's not good. And just sort of let you know, they traded guys like Drew Gilbert and, of course, Ryan Clifford. Ryan Clifford had been there still. He wouldn't have been. He'd be a top prospect for them. No. At number San Diego, and a shocker, at number 30, the San Diego Padres. But they have a player, and that's Cruz Schoolcraft. The Padres have been the most aggressive buyers in the trade market, and that's caused them significant prospect losses, both in terms of top talent and overall depth. They've traded everybody away. But he always seems to find players. That's AJ Pro. He always has an ability to find players. So just because they're 30th overall this year does not mean that they're going to be. And 2 years ago, 2024, they were 4th overall. So you have a smart front office and a good general manager, you can turn that around pretty quickly. And don't put it past him to do that. Now, he likes to trade players. He likes to bring in big names. But, the team is a lot of questions about their ownership there. But this is the top 30. This is the 30 best farm systems from 1 to 30. One being Milwaukee, the Mets being 7th, the Yankees being 26th. And the Padres bringing up the rear. Oh, let me know what you think about this video. And, of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut version of the Prospect Hut. And I'll see you later.